This is my 1991 Nissan GQ Patrol. Make sure you subscribe and follow along with the build, as this one is going to be a big one. Stay tuned and find out what happens in this episode. This is my 1991 Nissan GQ Patrol. So I bought this thing probably about a month ago now. I haven't really got around to it because I've had a lot of stuff going on at the moment, but this weekend we're getting stuck into it, getting it ready for a Fraser trip. So let's get it sorted. We got this bull bar I put on yesterday. I didn't film it, but absolutely love it. It came with a factory like alloy bull bar. It looked horrible, but got rid of that, sold that last night as well, so put that back on. And yeah, so that bull bar's on now. I love it, it's good. I've got tyres coming tomorrow, but we're going to do a service now and have a look at the starting issue. I've got a starter motor downstairs, but it won't start sometimes. So let's get into it. My 1991 Nissan GQ Patrol. I'm so excited. Let's go. Actually looks pretty good. I'll run through what we're changing actually. So I got two oil filters because the TD42s have two oil filters on that side, other side. We're changing the oil, and then I've also got some new belts for this. I'm not changing the air filter because it's a pod filter, and I'll do that when I do an airbox. So that's the plan. I'll do a custom airbox with a stainless bonnet entry snorkel. So that's the plan for that, but that's not happening for a little bit. We'll get this sorted. I'll leave the pod filter for now. Number two. So looking at this when the oil filters are out, I think it might be easier to change starter motor when the oil filters are out. So I might go grab the starter motor and see what's involved with doing this, and then we'll change the starter motor now while the oil filters are already out. So let's do that. So I've got this nice brand new starter motor down here. It's going to go in there. I believe it's just 3 bolts to take it off. 1, 2, 3. Then we also have to undo these wires that are actually on the car itself. So do that, and then we'll take the starter motor off. So I've taken most of the wires off going to the starter motor. Got the gun now. We're going to just try and take the 3 bolts off and see how we go. First bolt. So I forgot to press record, but the old starter motor's out. So we're going to put the new one back in, and hopefully it fixes the starting issue. If not, a little bit more work to do, so a bit more problem solving. So yeah, we'll put this back in and hopefully it fixes that. Righto, so I've got the starter motor in place down there. You can see it there, nice and shiny. I've got top bolt in. I'm just going to put the bottom bolts in now, and then I'll do them up and then put the positive back onto the starter motor, and then we should have a new starter motor. So let's do that. I've done up those bolts and I've hooked all the power up in the ground, and all the wires that were going to it are hooked up back to the correct place. I'm now going to put in the oil filters, and then I'm going to fill it with oil, and that'll probably be me for today. So it's the next morning now. The starter motor works a treat. I just put on the last earth wire this morning. Did the service, finished the service, topped up the oil again once I started. I had to get jump started because the battery's flat, but starter works a treat. And my new tyres have just rocked up, so we're going to put these on. We're going to give it a clean underneath, and then I'm going to pull the diff out probably in the next video. So let's do this, and I'll put the tyres on. Now I'm getting the tyres, the serious
yeah,
stuff.
So yeah, this is a like fully done up rig, just bull bar tires. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do to it. That's like, you know, fully sick, bruh.
Alright, now we're gonna do that for the other 3. Alright, so as I said at the start of this video, this is my 1991 GQ Nissan Patrol. So far what I've done is I've done the service, I've replaced the starter motor, I've got the bull bar on and new 35s as you can see. I've got to do the belts as well, new washer bay pump for the windscreen wipers, so I've got all that downstairs. Yeah, I'm also pulling the diff out underneath, do a locker, swivel hubs, wheel bearings, new brakes. Got new brakes for the whole vehicle going on as well. The plans for this build is I'm going to do wraparound bar work, so rock sliders, scrub bars, rear scrubbies onto a rear bar. I'm going to give a go at building my own rear bar. I'm going to try and do that. I've got a new carpet that's going to go on the interior. Not too much is going to go into the interior. I've got the I'm going to get new door cards because these ones are buggered, and as well as get all the power windows working. I love this rig so far. I can't wait to get stuck into it. Full rust proof underneath, so I'm going to wire wheel the chassis and everything, get it all clean and full. Give a nice spray under there, and then there's a bit of rust work that needs attending to as well, so I've got to cut that out and weld new sheets into it. This is my GQ. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the build, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one where we're ripping this diff out. So let's go.